by walls here with an open sky. At your house in your neighborhood, you're likely dealing with major issues. And as you wake up this morning, maybe your power is out, maybe you've got some tree limbs down, maybe a tree is down in your neighborhood or your fence is threatened. So, folks, this is the kind of wind that breaks things and causes major issues. The wind is separate. Let's talk about what else is going on. We've also had some heavy rain overnight, and in the mountains, just straight up blizzard conditions where driving is impossible in some locations. And not only not advised, it's dangerous because once you lose your bearings, you're going to be stuck for a while. So the wind is sustained. Some of the strongest wind gusts we've already seen move through the valley locations, and it's now Turlock and areas to the south. But it's still going to be a big deal this morning. And I put on visibility because where the red is, that means you can't see at all. That's blizzard whiteout conditions for a good chunk of the Sierra. Now, what's going to happen today is that the nature of the rain is going to change. Instead of this sustained heavy rain where it's just pouring for hours, that's moved on. Now it's going to be brief but heavy rain, and that's going to continue through today in the valley locations. In the mountains, it's just straight up heavy snow and wind. That combination is a rare blizzard warning. We've seen this a few times over the past few years, at times, but to have it last from now until early Friday morning is a big deal. There's the line of heavy sustained rain, but remember, folks, we still have the rest of this to go, so expect more wind, more rattling of metal objects like you hear behind me, and more storm to go through the rest of today, Brittany. And Zach, we'll talk more to you because, Zach, where you are at the moment, you're dealing with a major road impact with trucks and wind.
Oh, Rob, it is just crazy driving conditions out here. We're on I-5 heading north on the northbound side just by the airport. And I'll step out so you can see what's going on. We have, according to CHP, 3 big rigs that have been overturned. Can't quite see that from this vantage point, but what you can see is the traffic impact. Now, some good news to tell you that there are no injuries with the big rigs overturned. The bad news is this traffic impact you are seeing. This is northbound, like I said. You can see the cars just lined up there being diverted. Hey, if you're heading to the airport, you're in good shape because this is where you're going to get off anyway. But if this is not where you want to go, you're going to be diverted, and it is going to impact your commute this morning. Now, really what the big issue we saw this morning was not so much the rain, at least where we were, but it has been this wind. I said this earlier, we're in a news van. That's a high-profile vehicle, not easy to drive in the wind. It felt like we were all over the road. Imagine a big rig. So that definitely explains why we're in this situation that we're in right here on I-5. Closed both ways. Again, CHP says you want to drive slow when it's conditions like this, and we can definitely attest to that because on Business 80 here on I-5, there have been downed trees in the lanes that we would not have seen if we weren't driving fast because it is also dark out here too. We were driving slow and we were able to see those trees and move out of the way. So if you have to come out here, that's definitely something to look out for. And again, if you're heading on I-5 north or south, it is going to impact your commute because traffic is just stopped. It is a parking lot here this morning. So we're going to continue to stay out here and monitor what's going on and bring you the latest as we get it. But Brittany, I know that it's not just here that we're seeing traffic impacts. It's all over.
Traffic is a nightmare today, and this is the first time in 3 years I've used that in terms of traffic here. Now take a look at your screen. This really sets up the tone. A portion of 5 is shut down. The closure started last night 10 miles north of Reading because of the heavy snow. You can see emergency crews working hard to get people off the roadways. Let's go to the maps. Let's talk about some of the big closures I need to make sure you know about. So Zach was just showing you the mess on 5 near the airport. You're going to see traffic at a standstill, 5 northbound and southbound. You can think about taking Old River Road, but today is one of those days you want to stay at home if you can. Now, not only are we dealing with that closure, but we have another tractor trailer accident kind of close, 99. You're also going to see slower drive times. A portion of 99 near Alberta is closed as well for an accident. Garden Highway would be your detour, but I mean, this really sets up the tone because 80 eastbound in Fairfield, that's also closed for an accident. You can take Travis Boulevard. So traffic is a mess across the map. I'm going to go check in and see if that accident near the airport is causing plane delays as well. And I'll update you in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, a lot going on, Brittany. Thank you. We'll read right back to you. And a warning from Stockton police right now. They want people to be aware of their surroundings. If you're going outside, take a look at these images they shared of downed trees. It's a mess on the roads everywhere. So please be careful if you're heading out shortly. And this morning, thousands are waking up without power. Here's the Smut Outage Map. The company is reporting more than 131,000 customers in Sacramento County are in the dark. They are encouraging people to report outages online. The PG&E map, as you can see, also widespread outages for customers this morning. They also encourage everybody to have flashlights ready. If you're using candles, do not leave them unattended. We can send you a link to both of these outage maps. Just text the word power to 916-321-3310. We'll send you everything you need to know. So what should you do and not do throughout the course of the storm today? ABC 10's Kevin John is live in Sacramento. Kevin, you talked to fire officials. What are they telling you about today's storm?
Well, Walt, I'm going to get to that in just a second, but Brittany was just talking about how traffic is going to be a nightmare this morning. I'm going to move out of the way so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is right off of Broadway and 19th Street. This is a railroad crossing right here, and it is completely shut down. We've been here for about 30 minutes trying to get through. The rails are down all throughout this station right here, and if you follow it all the way down north and south, anyone who's going to be traveling down Broadway or any streets in that direction, you will be affected by this. CHP was just advising cars to turn around and not sit and wait here, so we don't know exactly what the issue is. We're trying to receive more information, but once again, anyone that's traveling in Midtown or around this area, this is definitely going to impact you. Now, Walt, you had talked about, what people should do. I spoke with some fire crews. Take a look at your screen right now. These are some things to do. Now, of course, a lot of you are waking up this morning. You may see down trees, down power lines, or anything of that sort. If you do see a power outage, do not call 911. The main thing is you want to call your utility company, or you can use your mobile device to check on the outage in your area. Now, if you see a down tree or light, also do not call 911. You want to call 311 and report that. Now, if you see a down power line, and I want to make sure I'm very clear on this, this is the only time you call 911 should you see a downed power line. And, of course, remember to keep yourself and everyone around you away until crews arrive. And you'll see a lot of flooding this morning as well. If you do see flooding in your area, you can always call 916-875-RAIN. But once again, Walt, I'm out here right off Broadway, at Broadway Station, right off 19th Street. And once again, railroad crossing is down all throughout this area. No cars will be able to pass. I'm going to try to get some more information on this, Walt. In the meantime, I'm going to send it back to you.
Yeah, you got to be super careful at that because people may sit there, may go, okay, I see what's going on here, and they try to go around, and that's just when light rail's coming down. So be very, very careful if you come to one of those crossings. Kevin, thank you. It looks like a car right there trying to get through. All right, that brings us to our question of the day. Has the storm caused damage in your area, your home, your street? Vote on our app at abc10.com/vote. Join the conversation on our ABC 10 Facebook page. Our coverage of the dangerous weather continues right now. In the meantime, get the latest update sent straight to your phone with the ABC 10 app. All right, this morning, the California Highway Patrol is urging drivers who absolutely must travel to slow down. CAL FIRE shared this image out of Lake County where a driver had to be rescued from the car. They're calling on everyone to take it easy on the roads, especially if you're thinking about traveling to the Sierra.
There's definitely so many reasons why you could be stuck in traffic for hours. Out here in South Lake Tahoe, we only have so many ways in and out of the basin itself. If that gets messed up in any way, you definitely could be sitting in traffic for hours.
Yeah. CHP says one of the worst things you can do is slam on your brakes, causing you to lose traction between the tires and the road. If you absolutely must travel, the CHP recommends calling the Caltrans Road Condition Line to get up-to-date information on the roadway that you are planning to go. The number is 1-800-427-ROAD. And this morning, mudslides, a big concern for folks living in recent burn areas, according to Cal OES. They say it does not take much for debris to fall down those mountains. Emergency crews are now getting resources in place for Napa and Solano counties along burn-scarred hills. Crews say this is also a big concern for people living in Southern California, where conditions appear to be similar to those of the 2018 Montecito mudslides.
That's when we had those heavy rains in the middle of the night and people were asleep and not prepared. We have essentially a standing inch of water sitting on the hill in solid form. That can all come down at the same time.
All right, Cal OES says if you are told to evacuate, you need to do so as quickly as possible. Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg with harsh words for the city council last night over what he says is too much red tape in getting warming shelters up and running for the homeless.
There's a huge storm out here. People are going to die tonight. We can't get a goddamn warming center open more than one night because the county has rules. I'm sick of this. Stop talking about anything but what it's going to take to bring more people inside in larger numbers.
So that video and the comments by the mayor captured by Sacramento Bee reporter Teresa Clift. Sacramento's warming center did not open last night as the storm rolled through. Generally, warming centers only open when the temperature is forecasted to fall below 32 degrees in the evening. Still ahead on Morning Blend, severe weather continues throughout the morning. How is it impacting local vaccine sites today? And a scathing report on the EDD, what the state auditor says caused a massive backlog of unemployment claims last year. Our storm watch continues throughout the morning. A live look at Highway 80, Colfax. More live team coverage next on Morning Blend.
Try imagining a place where it's always safe and warm. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm.